Guys, I have a very bad feeling about this because we are the Bro Force Squad podcast, and we're coming at you once again from a galaxy far, far away to give you a movie commentary on Star Wars: A New Hope. We've set up shop here on Yavin 4, and we have our movies paused at the Lucasfilms logo. While you guys get synced up and pour yourself a warm glass of blue milk, I'm going to go around the Millennium Falcon and meet the crew. First off, we have our own Luke Skywalker, Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horns, I know that you had other plans tonight, but you were able to reschedule. What else did you have going on?
I was going to go to Tosche and pick up some power converters. No, but
all right.
Serious question. Does blue milk have alcohol in it? Do you
Tonight? Or just in general?
Just in general. Like, what
yeah,
uncle...
put some blue carousel in there.
Okay, I see. Like, that's like their white Russian.
White girl wasted.
There you go. There you go. And as is tradition, anytime we do one of these Star Wars commentaries, we have our own Governor Tarkin, Ronnie Cycli. Ronnie, welcome back. And can you explain to me how it's better that the regional governors now have direct control over their territories as opposed to the last remnants of the Old Republic? I mean, economically, that doesn't make sense, right?
Yes, I can't explain it.
I didn't vote for him. Hashtag not my governor.
Hashtag not my governor.
You didn't ask me to explain it. You said, can I explain it? And I can't.
No, you answered the question.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
That's it.
I'm not
I want to
mad.
make sure that people out there know what you asked.
No, that's fine. And I am Brian Banner. Again, guys, we are paused at the Lucasfilms logo, and we are going to hit play in 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Okay, so where were you guys? Do you remember how old you were or the first time you ever saw this movie? Or where you were?
I was at
a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
No, but that's in the movie. I was at my cousin's house, and my uncle showed it to me. And I was like the rest of the world. I was like, this is going to be fucking stupid, man. Like, space, robots. And then, of course, 20 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is going to be my obsession for the rest of my life. Cool.
I was like you, Hornacek, I was with my uncle, and Star Wars was like this thing that my family had built up. My parents didn't want me to watch it at a young age. I think I was like 7 or 8 when I first saw it, but they had always talked about it. And so it was like this big deal when I finally got to see it, and I was like, this isn't going to live, like I remember thinking, this isn't going to live up, like this is going to be one of those old movies that like your parents like, and you're just like, I don't get it. And again, 15, 20 minutes in, I was hooked and never looked back. What about you, Cycli?
I remember, like, hearing all about Star Wars. I was probably like 9 or 10, actually. I was probably a little older. But the thing is, I knew way more about Star Wars, but I had never seen it. I had all these toys, and my family and friends would give me. And again, I had just never seen the movie, but I knew the story. I got really excited. And one day we went to Blockbuster, and I begged my dad, I need to see this movie. I have all these toys.
I miss Blockbuster so fucking bad.
Now, real quick, before we get too far in, the crawl here explains literally what we just saw in Rogue One.
Yeah.
And how cool is that?
Super badass. Our kids are going to see it and be like, why do they have this stupid crawl? There's a whole movie about it. Like, just watch that. And be like, oh, son, go to your room. Cycli has a good point. This whole scene after you've seen Rogue One is even more ridiculous. Leia's like, look, I don't know what plans you're looking for, but honestly, wrong ship.
Yeah. You know, there was another one that looked just like this, but it took a right at Maine. We went left.
She's like, I saw them too, actually. And the guy was driving like a goddamn madman. These helmets are just great.
D3PO's cousin we never
It's also
again.
D3PO.
Yeah.
He's got a big dick.
What?
Crossplay. It's just amazing that, Darth Vader built C-3PO, but he's to the exact specifications of all these other
protocol droids. I know. Maybe he
Where's
Maybe he
Where's
found
the copyright patent attorney? I think that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
I mean, considering the Emperor walks around saying, I am the Senate, I would not want to catch them in a legal battle.
Oh, God.
It'd be rough.
3PO has like a third nipple on his left chest if you look up at the top.
I was just noticing that. Is that a mole?
I was thinking it was a bullet.
Like a birthmark?
He doesn't want to go to the doctor because it's fine, it'll go away. Yes, it's been discolored and it's a little sore, but he's been out in the sun lately. I mean, Jesus, it's almost beach season.
Also, he is wearing a midriff.
They are going to be hanging out in a lot of sand here soon.
Yeah, the guy who designed like the look of the protocol droids, because obviously Vader designed 3PO, was probably a big fan of car washes where girls all have their midriff exposed. He's like, what if we make a robot that's also sexy like that? The rebels are like, yo, let's duck behind quarters and peer out. The stormtroopers are like, let's just fucking bum rush this ship.
Yeah, the stormtroopers definitely know what they're doing. They're like, look,
just the Allen Iverson.
At this point, there's still a few clones in there, right?
I like to think there's a scene of the stormtroopers like in the elevator going up or going down to where they're going to attack, and one of them is like playing Leonard Skinner, like like let's get some pump up music, guys.
Do you think Vader's waiting to come out because he, after what we saw in Rogue One, he's taking like some Gatorade right now? He's like, I need to take 5 minutes before I go back out there and do this again.
Well, that's the thing. How long were they chasing him? Like an hour, a day, a week?
All the
Can't
above.
be that long.
Yeah, a couple minutes probably.
Do you hear how heavy Darth Vader is breathing? He's still tired.
Well, actually, we literally have no sound or subtitles at this point.
If you don't know what it sounds like, then you clearly have no.
Yeah, then you're on the wrong podcast. Then you're already.
This is Star Trek, right? This is Star Trek, right? That's Khan?
Mm-hmm.
The whole movie is really just Darth Vader trying to catch his breath. He's just wheezing the whole time.
3PO sees Leia and he goes, ooh, that ass, R2.
And she's wearing white. It's after Labor Day. Like, come on.
What the hell?
Seriously.
I know, right?
That's probably the biggest crime committed in all these movies.
Why do you think the Emperor's after her, man? He's a big fashion guy.
I heard you were white after Labor Day. We are on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. That doesn't really answer my question, but okay.
I would really wish Vader was like, no, you're not. Come on.
You know, this guy's
so
an
all
intern.
These guys, like this guy that he's getting choked, he has a name.
And why do you have to choke him, Vader? Like, that's a lot of physical effort. You can do
Just
that.
do it with the Force.
I bet sometimes he just misses a good old school, like, hand-on-throat choke.
But how much does he feel? He's robotic hands.
He hasn't hand-choked anybody since
No.
Luke and Leia were conceived. So, I mean, I totally get it.
That was... Oh, okay, I see what you're... All right. Were you there? How do you know that?
Well, Natalie Portman obviously liked getting choked. I mean, that's why he did it.
She's really the reason that Darth Vader was born.
Do we ever see Laser on stun the whole rest of the Star Wars saga?
No, it's in the Clone Wars show some, but for the most part, no.
I wish a guy would have like not had his on stun and fucking killed him and like, you know what? I did hear you say stun. Once I shot, I was like, you asked to do that, so that's on me, guys.
That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
It's really smart of her to drop the. They were obviously fleeing to Tatooine. They know Vader is not going to set foot on a planet full of sand.
No, it's rough and it's coarse and it gets everywhere. Also, this is made fun of in the Family Guy special, but really no reason not to shoot the escape pod, even if you don't think anyone's in it.
Look,
what are we paying? Are we paying by the laser?
Yeah.
Again, if you've been listening to this podcast, you know I have a fascination about the economy of the Empire. Exhibit X right there. Why can't they fire laser? How much are they paying?
You got to think though, cooking up like a laser on the actual like Star Destroyer is a lot more than like a little blaster.
So have Leia and Vader met before? Because they obviously have a rapport already.
They met at a few conferences in Phoenix, but it was really just in passing at a happy hour.
Yeah, I mean, he bought her a drink, but it was more just because she showed up.
Well, did he really? Because Cassandra left, gave her her free drink coupon. He just kept it, used it for her.
Yeah, but she didn't know that.
She didn't know that.
I know,
so
but like,
It
We
still
know
counts.
that.
They also have toilet paper rolls on their back. I never noticed that before.
You never know when
you
and
gotta
where.
go. You gotta go. Sorry, wrong franchise.
No, they still poop in Star Wars.
I've never seen it.
I always love that when people talk about that fandom. Like Harry, like, J.K. Rowling never wrote about Harry going to the bathroom. Like, why would she?
Why would you want to
read?
read?
Went to the bathroom.
No,
Why would you write
it's a
about
huge
that?
plot hole. Dude hasn't shit in 12 years.
Yeah, like I don't text you guys every time I go take a shit. Do you assume that I just don't do it altogether?
Yeah, but you do text me.
Actually, no, I'm
you
pretty
text
sure.
me at least
No,
once a
you
day.
know
I
what?
get Snapchat.
That was a bad example because yeah, I do.
Speaking of taking a shit, it would be so hard for Vader to take a shit. He's got to take all his breathing stuff off and his cape and everything.
No, that's that circular dome he lives in.
That thing has to have a
So is he just, like,
colostomy
shitting
bag.
himself?
What? Yeah, that's probably. What else is he doing in
See,
there?
now 3PO's third nipple is leaking, and now I think it does need medical attention.
I don't think the rebellion has a lot of good insurance policy.
Yeah, that's not covered under the new.
See, the Empire, they have a single payer system, so it's
Yeah.
really great.
Oh, well,
but
that's awesome.
That's
really
not covered
good.
under Skywalker care.
Bail
Yeah, care.
Organa says, "Who would have thought healthcare would have been so hard?"
no one knew.
Yeah.
R2-D2 know exactly where he needs to go. It's
Yeah,
impressive.
it does.
Who's more annoying in this movie, C-3PO or Luke?
Luke, 100%.
Probably Luke. But they all pale in comparison to Jar Jar. I'd spend a fucking week at Sandals Resort with either 3PO or Luke compared to Jar Jar.
Don't talk about it that way about the great Sith Lord, Jar Jar.
This is classic couple. You get out of the bar, you're in an argument, and then it's just a game of chicken. Who's going to turn around and call to the other one first? R2's checking his phone every 30 feet.
And somehow they end up in the same Uber.
There's got to be only like one or two drivers on all of
Sure.
Tatooine, right? You know, that's because they're
No,
both
there's
cheap. They're both cheap bastards and do Uber Pool, not the one where it just picks them up.
Well, on a fixed income.
Oh, you know Watto owns a couple Ubers.
3PO's got a little limp going. I honestly think he's got like some serious health problems.
He loses an arm here in a few minutes.
Why does he think he's...
And he's got sand in his joints. He's really having trouble moving.
Anakin was right, man. Sand does get everywhere.
Everywhere. So I always thought the Jawas were actually pretty cool. Am I the only one that thinks that?
What does their face actually look like? They just look like
Yeah,
an
that's what I
unlocked character in GoldenEye.
I don't understand the problem.
These dudes
Yeah,
have
did they
to
not
have,
deal with the normal business of Tatooine? You know, and the... You
They're
never
like
see
drug
them
dealers, I feel like.
but
You
they're
know,
like
they
nice.
just kinda
They're like nice drug, not like violent drug dealers. They sell like prescription drugs that they steal from their parents.
Yeah, it's like white collar drug dealers.
Yeah.
Or blue collar?
No.
Yeah, white collar. That's what I meant.
They probably like the show White Collar too.
Probably. He just falls over.
I didn't... He seemed pretty balanced. I don't know why shutting off would make him fall
See,
over
the
like
Jawas were rocking Snuggies way before anyone else was. Look at this.
that. You live in the sand, you gotta be comfortable.
Yeah.
You wear
Comfort.
jeans out there, sand everywhere.
Talking about chafing.
Seriously.
Look at this team effort. That is a society right there.
You know, I always hate. It's like
Working together.
the third guy who helps you move a couch. Who all he says is steady. You're like, yeah, we fucking know, man. That's not really helping us.
He's like, step.
Or he puts his arms near the couch, but never actually physically picks it up.
He's just touching it.
I bet the Jawas know how to party, though. Like, I bet on this freighter they've got blacked out a few times.
Oh, for sure. Work hard, play hard, bro.
Wish like an episode of Pawn Stars just starts right now. Jawas.
That one dude shows up always from Storage Wars to bid on it.
Oh yeah, Storage Wars, whatever that guy is.
Well, they're
I don't know his name, but
they would be more like Pawn Stars, though. The life they live.
No, they're more like American Pickers.
This dude's creepy.
He's always creepy. So in the lead up to The Force Awakens, there's a comic that has a dude that looks like that, and that's how C-3PO gets his red arm in Force Awakens. And he's just kind of a douchebag, actually, in the comic book.
There's Wally,
awesome.
Of course.
Yep.
This is where George Lucas.
There's the trash can from the 7-Eleven.
This is where George Lucas was like the most on drugs when he was coming up with the ideas for these guys.
In the original trilogy, yeah. He was definitely on some more hardcore shit when he did the prequels.
God, 3PO was like that when you like go out to the bar, right, and there's like that really drunk chick and she has that friend who like won't let her do anything fun. That's who C-3PO is. And like she's not even
but he's a dick.
She's not even drinking. You're like, "Why are you here?"
he literally just yelled at R2, left him, and then sees him on the thing. He's like, R2, it's so good to see you again. Like, R2 knows your game, bro.
Been there, done that.
Who do you think texted who first between the two of them?
C-3PO
Easily
definitely
C-3PO.
went.
R2-D2 does not need C-3PO.
R2-D2 actually ignored his first 3 texts and finally was like, bro, just calm the fuck down.
I was shut off, dude. Stop freaking out.
R2-D2 is the droid version of the guy who's like, I don't really want a conventional career. I want my career to just be living, get a beach cabana and just do that. And chicks at the bar are like, oh my god, that's so impressive.
He's the dude that, like, just gives out, like, $5 surf lessons, and instead of you paying him $5, you just give him, like, a dime sack of weed. And, like, that's how he survives. It's like, give me $5, a joint, and half a meatball sub, and we'll call it even.
There's no way a stoner is not finishing a whole meatball sub, though. That's the whole...
Yeah, but that's what makes him cool, is because he's smarter than that. He's like, look, nobody's going to give me $5, a joint, and a whole meatball sub. I'm going to split the meatball sub with him.
I guess that's
It's
true.
smart. It's what sets him apart. It's called business.
What if a Jawa showed up and, like, he thought it was... like, what types of fun things do you think they do at the office? Like, I know they're snuggy people, but what about, like, Hawaiian shirt day? One guy shows up like that. He's like... It'd be fun.
They obviously have some weird rule that they have to have a hood on. Like, why does everyone have their hood up? It's a cult.
It's like the Middle East, basically.
Every single one.
I don't think that's a great comparison.
They're out in the desert.
You're right. It's the greatest comparison. That one Jawa is like 6'1". I don't know, man. He's someone's cousin. He's just like visiting because there's no way.
They're like, bro, you have to put this on, otherwise they will freak out.
The Jawas,
right, give it to me.
The Jawas here are like Jehovah's Witnesses. Luke sees him out the window. He's like, God damn it, Uncle Owen, they're back.
Dude, I bet they have some epic Super Bowl parties.
Do you think when the Jawa thing rolls up, Uncle Owen walks out and goes, "There's a sign here specifically says no soliciting." That's a neighborhood policy, man.
Look, take it up with the HOA.
Yeah. Which I may also be the president of, so probably a losing battle.
How come he doesn't remember C-3PO?
They didn't
I know
have...
C-3PO had his memory wiped, but no, he was completing Attack of the Clones, wasn't he?
Was he
He
there?
never... Did he come? Did he...
Yeah, he was there in Attack of the Clones when Anakin and
But did him and
go down
Owen?
there.
Did him and Owen have like a good relationship?
I mean, they were both there. Him and Beru were there.
No, I meant Owen and
C-3PO were-
C-3PO. You know, maybe they didn't get along.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just maybe, but if they didn't get along, that's more reason for him to be like, "Wait a second, I remember you. You're an annoying piece of shit."
Yeah, but you know what makes people like C-3PO,
Shade of bull.
Chatty Cathy's like C-3PO, if you ignore them, that pisses him off 10 times worse.
How does he not fall there now? Continuity error.
R2 looks like fucking Derrick Rose with all these braces on his legs. See, these droids, just like a car, man, the second you get them off the lot, they just start depreciating. It's unbelievable.
I don't know if you guys saw it, but when Luke says like, "Oh, this droid's got a bad motivator," and he's like, "What are you trying to do this?" The Jawa was like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about. You blaming me? I've never fouled anyone."
He's like,
I've
"Huh?
never
I mean,
fouled anyone."
I think you guys broke that thing. We didn't even touch it. Yeah, man, I know. All seals are final. That's on the side of the freighter, so that's not even anything I can do.
You don't think they have warranty over here? Like you bought it, you keep it, man.
What do you think the commission structure is like for the Jawas? Do you think there's one dude who takes home like $180K a year?
I mean, if they're complete call like we're thinking, I mean, it's tip share. You gotta,
I think.
Oh, God, tip
I
sharing?
think it all just goes into a jar.
So they're communists.
I mean, most definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
Look at the state of that freighter. Look at their clothes.
3PO's like, man, I really hope this spa treatment fixes this third nipple, because I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's getting worse.
It's starting to smell a little.
Okay, yes, I have been picking at it. God. So sue me. Luke's like, well, we could go to Tosche and get it looked at. Uncle Owen's like, no, we're not falling for that, damn it.
I feel like this is a very aggressive tool to be going in on a robot.
Like, do you need to clean that aggressively behind that one part? There's a, that's going to take all day if that's the level of detail.
And I'm pretty sure that's not where the little disc thing is at. I mean, I may be wrong.
There's an analogy here for a clitoris, but I'm just not sure exactly what it is.
He's looking for it. He's
trying to find it.
It's jammed in there, that's right.
He's like, hey, can you guys leave the message on and just kind of like leave for like 10 minutes, please? What? Yeah, not going to masturbate.
You're right, it won't take that. Like 4.
Like,
and honestly, this is like watching something on an old school like tube TV and not in HD. Like it looks like shit. The quality here.
It looks bad. Like he's like, what is this 1080p?
What do you think they can afford? And again,
Luke at this point,
just does not.
Luke will go back to school and be like, yeah, so totally found porn with the princess. Like porn? He's like, well, it's light core, but it's good enough.
His high school life has got to just be. Does he even have friends?
Yeah,
Like,
let's talk about Luke in high school. I bet he started the LARPing club, which for those of you who don't know, that's live action role playing. So like he gets the other students to go out in the woods and they pretend they're like wizards casting spells on each other. Because Owen.
Jeff, I'm pretty sure your listeners invented LARPing.
That's true. Shout out to all our LARPing fans at the Broforce Squad. Because Owen was like, Luke, you need to get more involved. He's like, well, I'm not playing fucking sports. He's like, fine. What about, like, band? Oh, because I'm a loser? Jesus. I don't know, man. Pick something. And it's only Luke and, like, 15 Asian kids. So, like, now they've, like, ostracized him. So now they've ostracized him from his own social club. It's awesome.
Luke totally gets duped right here. They're like, I mean, if you just take off this, like, restraining cuff so that I can leave, like, that'd be really cool. Maybe I can play it then.
That's classic.
And then he takes it off. He's like, oh, it's cool. Sorry.
That's how you hustle.
He's not the smartest guy in the world. I mean, he's easily duped. And we see it in about 20 minutes. He's a big defender of the Force, even though he didn't believe in it 5 seconds earlier.
Yeah, Han's
So, I mean,
like...
he's not...
He's like, you don't believe in the
smart.
Force, do you? Han's like, oh, you mean that thing that you literally learned about, like, before I picked you up?
Yeah, but his aunt and uncle died, and so he's going to use the Force.
He's motivated.
Yeah. Blue milk, so delicious.
And nutritious.
Well, you know, studies have shown, guys, that it actually might cause cancer.
Nah, it's made up.
What science? What's fake news right there? Don't believe it. Science isn't true.
So how much interaction has Luke and Obi-Wan had at this point? Because he obviously knows him as Ben.
Yeah, I mean, he sees him around. He came to one of his clarinet concerts once, sat in the back, though.
Ran into each other at the Tosche Station, picking up some power converters.
Yo, how fucking wild is Tosche? Like, let's talk about what that's like. I guarantee you that Tosche is the only place on Tatooine you can get death sticks.
I don't know about all that. Maybe the best, maybe the high quality death
Yeah,
sticks.
the ones you get in Mos Eisley are like home, like
they're cut down. Yeah, they're diluted.
they're weak. It's like 3-point beer and 6-point beer. The ones you get in Mos Eisley are like 3-point death sticks.
3-point death.
So all the frat boys at Tatooine U, they're like, yo, we want to get really fucked up. We got to go to Tosche.
Look, but that's a 45-minute speeder ride.
I wonder
it's totally worth it.
I wonder if Luke's rival high school is Tosche. Like, yeah, let's fuck Tosche. Let's go spray paint their pod racing stadium. What's Luke's mascot? Like the Tauntaun?
State title 3 years in a row.
Yeah, the Tosche Tauntauns coming to town for a big matchup this Friday. Geiger said this on the last podcast, but if you're someone out there who's gonna like go over the geography of Tatooine and how inaccurate I am, this is the wrong podcast. Just get drunk with us and enjoy it, guys.
Like, you're not even on the same fucking planet right now, Hornacek. Which is a good thing.
You think Luke, like, when he's like, okay, it's real. You're really bored on Tatooine. He's like, you know, those two suns kind of look like a pair of tits. Fat, 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 fat. This is an iconic scene, though. We have to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And for those of you out there who think we're making fun of the movie, we're not. It's just so goddamn good. Like, what can we say to add to it except going over ridiculous other scenarios?
Yeah. Yeah, either you're going to listen to us be fucking retarded, or you're just going to watch the movie.
But also, of all the good Star Wars, this is also the easiest one to make fun of. I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and forth between Return. But, you know, when we watched Rogue One a few weeks ago, I don't think it's easy to make fun of Empire.
Empire's going to be a tough one.
Maybe
this one, Luke's so whiny.
Other than all the dad jokes, Empire's going to be tough.
Maybe a few Yoda jokes here and there from us, but that's about it.
Yeah, dude, Yoda's fucked up.
Also, in Return, though, Yoda dies like 8 times on screen, so you're like, oh my god. Gonna die or not. So that's something you can do. I don't know, Rogue and Empire. Pretty damn hard to make fun of.
Luke is just such a little bitch.
Yeah.
Just such a little bitch.
He matures a lot through the trilogy.
Yeah,
pretty much when he gets his ass kicked.
Once he starts wearing darker colors, that's when you know.
Yeah.
That kind of building infrastructure seems like it would...
Doesn't seem... Look, even the slightest rain. I know
the slightest rain would cause massive flooding.
See? I'm with you. I mean, I know that's a moisture farm, so, like, that's kind of their goal. But... I mean, it's still just
one bad rainstorm, they die.
They're like daring God to make it rain, though. That's like what they want. Like, come on, God, spite us. No, but like seriously, we need rain. What do you think?
Why is he driving?
What do you think?
You never noticed that C-3PO was driving there.
Do you think?
Did he not just tell him to hit the accelerator?
Do you think 3PO was like, I actually have a perfect playlist?
Is he still hungover from the night before?
How do you think they made these things? Like, there's no way in the budget they could have afforded an elephant back then.
Well, I think that's a real creature.
Yeah, they just shipped him in from Tatooine.
Brian, the cost of that is exorbitant.
I mean, going through customs.
It's like a ram elephant hybrid.
They just bred it. It's cool.
Is this a gun that Luke has, or just like a stick?
I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't really. It looks like a gun.
Maybe it's like to scare people. It's a gun. It's not, though.
It's not like a real blaster. It's like a BB gun. It's like a BB blaster.
The Sand People are just overtly racist.
I just feel like calling them Sand People is very offensive. Do they not have an actual?
Well, they're racist as well. Like, did you hear what he was yelling at Luke in his own language? That was disgusting.
Do they name themselves Sand People because they were really lazy?
Maybe only they can call each other Sand People. We have to call them something else.
Rest easy, son.
Alec Guinness. What a stud.
You feel bad for how badly he aged in 18 years. Definitely coming off fucking the worst.
Well, that's what happens when your fucking wife divorces you, takes half of all your money.
In all seriousness,
No, that's good.
He had some legit training to finish. He had to finish training with Qui-Gon, who's been dead for like 10, 15 years.
Yeah, so like Qui-Gon's like, I'm in no rush.
He's like, look, I don't have anything going on for like the rest of eternity, so it's cool.
It is pretty incredible though how good the casting is. Like, Ewan McGregor just definitely looks and feels like a young Alec Guinness to me, at least.
There's some similarities. I mean, more like 30, 40 years later, but yeah, definitely.
Maybe he became like a 2-pack a day guy when he moved to Tatooine. That's what aged him so quickly.
Hey, I thought it was going to be the blue milk. That blue milk gets you.
Obi-Wan with this whole, like, oh, he's not dead. Like, I think he's just told lies for, like, the last 20 years.
That's what the Jedi do, man.
This is a
3PO's arms all fucked up.
This podcast is very pro-Sith.
Good, as it should be.
I mean, I don't see any Sith being little whiny bitches. So.
If we were Jedi, we probably wouldn't drink.
The only Jedi that holds up for me in any kind of, I don't know, I like you, is Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I think overall, like, how did you feel about Qui-Gon?
Well, I feel like if I would have got more Qui-Gon, I would have liked him less.
I feel like if Qui-Gon had survived, he would have joined Dooku. And we talk about that a little bit in our Attack of the Clones podcast. Like, was Dooku really bad or what? Because he told Obi-Wan the exact whole plan.
Dooku was trying to save him. It's such a joke that Obi-Wan was acting like a crazy girlfriend. Like, I don't even fucking care. He's like, I'm legitimately trying to not only save your life, but maybe the whole galaxy.
Everything Dooku said was true.
Look at all the bongs behind Obi-Wan in this place. That's all he does is smoke.
Not as much as Yoda, though.
No. Yoda's on edibles constantly. What else would you do on Dagobah, to be fair?
Yeah. You know there's some crazy shrooms on Dagobah. This is dangerous to have with, like, drugs and a lightsaber in the same house. That's just... And it's not even locked up.
Oh, man, if I was drunk, I would totally get my lightsaber out.
100%.
For sure.
And then if you're Obi-Wan, he's like...
Right there in the middle of the house, yeah, that would be gone.
You can relive the glory days drunk like it's Obi-Wan in the Clone Wars.
How many people in training do you think cut off their own limbs when in the Jedi school?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way you can train with that and not hurt yourself.
Do they have like training lightsabers? that are just light and they're not like laser beams.
I love how this meme is made fun of so much. Like, your father wanted you to have it when you were old enough, and then like what actually happened is he ripped it from his burning corpse on some lava planet after he chopped his legs off.
My son! Yeah, I don't think he said that.
And murdered your father. Well, I chopped his fucking legs off.
I'm pretty sure if he was like, I think he was yelling, "I hate you," not "Give my lightsaber to my son."
Yeah.
Well, I
Wait,
had the
I
high.
understand.
He's like, I had the high ground, and you know how that goes.
And it's kind of fucked up. Like, he has a sister. Like, he didn't want his daughter to have anything?
He left her
No.
Gossip Girl seasons 1 through 3 on DVD. That's enough.
This is on a cliffhanger, and you know it.
Yeah, he
Every
didn't want.
episode
He
ends
didn't
with
want her
a
to. He didn't want to buy her season 4 because you need to wait to see between 3 and 4. That's the best viewing experience.
Oh, this is where it cut off before. Can you give me 3 more minutes? Just go ahead and step out.
R2 saying some offensive stuff. According to my subtitles, he just said beep, blip, blip, beep.
Holy fuck! You need to edit that out for your
That's
viewers.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not appropriate. Look at those little turtles he has on his desk next time they show them. I wish there'd be just like empty pizza boxes, crushed up Surge cans. It's like, sorry, I wasn't expecting guests. Normally it's cleaner than this.
No one's visiting him.
He answers the door, and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were Crystal. My bad."
Damn it. Sit down, we can play some Xbox.
It's like, look, I hate the Empire.
Why does he hate the Empire? The Empire's not even on Tatooine.
That's just propaganda in his fucking
Yeah,
school,
I mean,
man.
how does he even know about the
He
Empire?
just wants to be cool. I'm gonna rebel.
Well, his favorite band hates the Empire, so he's like, fuck the Empire.
No, his favorite band is definitely Good Charlotte.
Remember their song called Empire Sucks? That was such a good song.
That was a great one.
That was one of Cycly's favorites.
And then a few years later, they come out Lifestyles of the Empire, and it's like they're all of a sudden like really pro Empire, sold out.
And this guy claims he's the Senate. It's like, okay, it's a little too on the nose. He can only take him to Anchorhead? Jesus Christ, Luke. Don't be a cheap bastard. Although Anchorhead's not a bad spot to spend a night. They have a TGI Fridays.
It's a great weekend date spot.
Agreed.
They've got a nice winery on the north side.
What is this haircut? My God. All these haircuts, just an abomination.
Seeing Tarkin here, like, they did such a fucking good job with him.
Actually, this is CGI too. This guy never existed. He's purely
is that it?
invented.
Is that it?
That's why he looks exactly the same.
Why is this guy talking? He only has 3 red Jolly Ranchers.
And also awesome sideburns, bro. Stop reaching over.
Like, look, motherfucker, you need some more
Sit
Jolly
in
Ranchers
your
on your
section.
chest before you can talk some shit.
No, see, I disagree there, Vader. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant. I mean, I've seen the Force do some cool things, but
Never destroy a planet.
Like, yeah, you can make stuff move. All right, but, you know, destroying a planet, bro.
Yeah.
If the Force is so powerful, why do you need it? Destroy the planet on your own volition.
It's true. This part was kind of cool, like, as you get older and you actually pay attention, and you're like, okay, it kind of explains what went on in the prequels or what they tried to make go on in the prequels. It kind of set that up a little. So, I mean, if we're going to be
Helps a
serious
little
here for
bit.
a second, it was a little interesting. will it? Man. See, this is a rager right here.
They're actually not dead. They're just all drunk.
They're just passed the fuck out.
It's like waking up on Sunday morning at your college house. You're like, oh, fuck.
You're like,
everyone's staying here.
You're like, things got a little crazy last night, didn't they?
You're like, oh shit, Jerry, you're still here?
You're trying to get water. You're stepping over everyone in the kitchen.
There's literally somebody asleep in your fridge.
The pizza delivery guy's also passed out there. It's like, well, who even invited him to stay?
I mean, I'm not mad because now we have leftover pizza, but still.
I would have loved to see the stormtroopers just slaughter the sand people, because sand people think they're such badasses, and then run into another alpha. What do you think happened?
You did not just call stormtroopers alphas, did you?
Compared to the sand people, they're big swinging dicks.
Those are Jawas.
Innocent people. Innocent.
Even worse. That's even more to my point. The sand people actually might be able to go toe-to-toe with some stormtroopers.
Sand people can fuck some people up.
What was the point of burning everything? Like, you wouldn't kill his aunt and uncle. Like, oh, we're also going to set fire here.
I bet Aunt Beru lipped off, though, when they came.
Aunt Beru was probably like, look, I love him, but I'll fuck you if you don't kill me.
Oh, I would.
Wait, like that's punishment?
She also didn't age well in the 18 years, because she was pretty hot in Attack of the Clones.
She was. Total smoke.
Now Attack of the Clones, that's different, though.
All right, that's 21
Attack
years.
of the Clones, no.
She was smoking in Revenge of the Sith. She's smoking now. Hi-oh.
There's 8 years between Attack and Revenge.
Yes, I believe there's 8 years between Attack and Revenge, and then you have roughly 18 between Revenge.
Wait, they want me to believe that Hayden Christensen is 8 years older in Revenge of the Sith than he was in Attack?
I thought it was less than that.
There's no way.
No way.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure we have those awesome fans that will correct us on that, so please do.
Come at us. Holy Bud, come at us.
You have time after you're LARPing.
Scott Crowell, come at us.
Yeah, Scott, I know you're out there. David Ratcamp, I know you got my back.
Lamar Lee, he's always checking us out.
Yep.
Meta World Peace, what's up?
Yeah, he's a big one.
Yep.
He's like, you have to play Bop It. That's what this game is.
Who is... Man, see,
I also don't understand. Earlier, Obi-Wan was like, the accuracy of these blasters are stormtroopers. They don't hit anything.
We'll never see them
isn't
hit
that like
anything,
the inaccuracy of the
And how would he know? He hasn't seen a stormtrooper shoot shit
in 20 years.
Yeah. You don't know what kind of training programs the Empire has set up. Obviously.
He has satellite TV. He probably gets all the channels, so he's seen it.
Oh, he's not.
What is 3PO carrying? Is that a Jawa corpse that he's just walking around? Jesus Christ, 3PO! Shall I burn this corpse, Master Luke? No.
Not their religious specifications.
Yeah, like, come on.
Disposing your body. Why are you just doing that?
He's like, look, the Jawas didn't do us any favors. I'm not going to bend over backwards to give him a proper burial.
Must be cautious.
Just use the Force, since according to Vader, it's more powerful than the Death Star.
Now Obi-Wan's got him up here on this cliff. He like buried a Folgers can with some like 20s. He's like, I know it's around here somewhere.
He's like Eddie. He's like Cousin Eddie in Vegas Vacation.
It's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah. Just keep digging, Luke. We'll find it. That's awful CGI.
Yeah, I like what they tried.
And this is just gratuitous. Like, this looks like the menu to a video game.
Oh, the new fucking creatures.
Like, they just had to give it. They just had to tease our balls.
What's the point of adding this shit?
Because they had to tickle our balls to show us what we were about to get in the prequels.
So, oh shit. Yeah, thank you, George.
I don't like my balls being tickled, though.
What would Obi-Wan do in that situation where he goes, they're for sale if you want them? And the soldier's
yeah,
like, oh, okay. And he's like, oh,
much?
fuck. I was totally bluffing.
He sits there and he's like, man, it would be great to surprise the kids with a droid tonight. Oh,
Like, I regret offering.
He's like, well, honestly, like, he knows, okay, the world is going to end if they end up in the wrong hands. So as long as he, like, let's say 15 grand and just goes ape shit with the hookers and the death sticks, I mean,
How much?
You know what? Nothing's happening on Tatooine. It's already been clear. Let's just say that they destroy the plans. Tatooine's fine.
yeah.
The Empire's never going to come over there and fuck shit up.
They're not. How much cash do you think a stormtrooper carries if he actually, like, he wanted to make an offer to buy that droid? What could he fork over?
Yeah, I can't imagine.
He's like, I mean, I can go to an ATM and get more credits if you're still interested in
He
selling.
only has Republican credits.
Those are accepted on Tatooine. Those mean nothing.
North Water when you need them.
But first, we do shots, Luke.
Let's get really fucked up.
Why has no one made a bar that is Mos Eisley Cantina themed? It's such a fucking, like, gold mine that we're sitting on.
Disney copyright lawyers.
I don't care. Whatever they want to charge you to license it out, it'd be worth it.
It's worth it.
This guy, what is that? Is it like a bugle in his mouth he's playing with?
But how annoying would it be in that bar after the 30 minutes and they've only played that one song the entire time?
But there's one guy that keeps requesting it.
Play that same song!
Well, that same one again. Okay. There's no way that guy's 21.
No, Mos Eisley, they have it's 18.
And Chewbacca definitely isn't going to recognize anyone. Didn't he C3PO in Revenge?
He definitely saw Yoda.
Yeah.
I don't know if he saw C-3PO, but I know that he was part of. If the Clone Wars TV show is in canon, which from what I understand it is, he hangs out with the Jedi and fights with the Republic a fuck ton in that show.
We got Butt Chin guy over here. My anthology movie afterwards is going to be about one of the gentlemen in this bar. Pretty interesting story.
Mine might be about the bar itself.
Wow. Now, if these walls could talk, Banner, have a lot of stories to tell.
Yep, about peoples.
What do you think the house lager costs? Like, if you just wanted a pint here, what's that going to run you?
$4.50?
I feel like they do trades, though. You know, I feel like...
Do they have a good happy hour at this bar?
Nah. It's too busy to have a happy hour.
Remember this guy from Jeddah. He must have just left.
We're wanted on 12 planets.
Jeddah's not one of them. So this is like the only time the lightsaber causes blood, right? Because I don't ever remember seeing blood ever other times.
We just don't show it, I guess.
Bye. I would not have guessed that. That guy had
We
like
got
a.
a fucking vapor over here. Jesus, we get it.
They chopped Darth Maul in half and he didn't bleed.
We get it, bro. You vape.
We don't know what Darth Maul's internal anatomy is, okay?
Okay, Qui-Gon. They stabbed him through the stomach. You can't tell me there wouldn't be a little bit of
We
blood.
don't know what Qui-Gon's inner anatomy looks like, okay? I don't know what humans bleed.
They chopped off Samuel L. Jackson's hands and he didn't bleed.
That's Samuel L. Jackson, man. These guys look like the dude who hosts Deal or No Deal.
Han and Chewie?
No, the bald clarinet player in the Cantina band. And here we meet Han Solo for the first time.
Chewie looks stoned right here.
Oh yeah, he's
Just look
baked
at
out of his mind. I think he ate brownies.
He's like, fuck, we have to fly a fucking ship right now?
He's like, Han, I'll be navigator, bro. I'm not gonna be any good to you in the cockpit. Trust me.
He's like, I better get some coffee. Can I get 2 whiskey shots and half a cup of coffee?
But then Chewie comes back with a Four Loko. He's like, what are you doing? He's like, it has caffeine.
Yeah, caffeine. This is an old Four Loko.
He's like, that's worse. I bet on Tatooine they still sell the old, more dangerous Four Locos.
Oh, for sure.
Miss those.
I can honestly say I don't. I almost
Thanks for
died.
being honest there, man.
I almost died like 3 times because of those.
How many were you having?
Like 3.
Well, there's your problem. Well, the people did that were like adding cocaine and shit to them.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
What's
Do
wrong
you
with
really
that?
need that?
Kind of. Docking Bay 94. Lucky number 94.
That was Han's football number in high school. I bet Chewie always hates coming to Tatooine. He has like a chick who he got pregnant, who he had sex with, didn't pull out, hasn't seen her in like a few years.
So he keeps looking at the door like, please don't come in here.
He's like, this is actually the bar I met her at now I think about it.
He's like, oh shit, you work here now?
Hey, how have you been? I was gonna text you. Jeez.
Do you guys buy into the fact that Greedo was Anakin's friend when they were little?
I buy it completely.
Yeah, 100%.
Because he was.
I also look. Everybody says Han shot first. I don't think so.
For defense purposes, do people want him to have shot first or no?
I mean, he did.
No, he didn't. No, watch.
Not in this. They think they changed it. George Lucas changed this shit. In the original movie, Han shot first. That's part of the changes that they made.
Because he didn't want him to be some cold-blooded killer?
Yeah. That's why people have the Han shot first shit. They're pissed that George Lucas changed it.
Revisionist history, man. Yeah, there they have definitively...
That's like simultaneously. I'm gonna have to go drag out my old version now.
Yeah, it's obviously fucking kills him.
Do you think because my old version is on VHS at my mom's, do you think, where would I even go about finding a VHS player?
Actually, my mother-in-law has one.
And I guarantee you go to a thrift store and you can find one. Go to a Salvation Army.
I bet it's on YouTube.
Oh, it is. Oh, that's for sure.
Here we are again. Why do we have one strip of red Jolly Ranchers talking to a blue, red, and orange strip Jolly Rancher?
First off, the fact that an only red strip thinks he can talk to someone with half a row of oranges is disgusting. Don't even make eye contact with him.
Why do they need that much gear on the back of the stormtroopers? I don't get it.
They're probably trying to sell shit too. Like, hey, do you guys want to buy some knives?
Selling encyclopedias in there.
He's like, this.
I have Q, Z, and A.
Don't worry, there's another guy later down the street who has A through E. So.
Hey, they fixed that one droid. Did you see him going on in the background? There he is.
Yeah.
Glad he got his life together.
You have Anteater guy here.
I like Anteater guy. I would like to see his anthology movie.
Be interesting. Such a hard language to learn.
Got another scene here.
I like that they added this scene.
I do too. Now here's my question though. Jabba, there's no way with the CGI then they could have done this. How were they going to film this originally?
Well, they did film it.
I know, but how were they going to do the effects?
What are you gonna do?
I don't think Jabba was a slug guy originally. I think he was just like a dude. He was just like this big fat hairy guy. He almost looked like he should have been out of Game of Thrones or something.
I'd love to see the original.
Might have just been Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, or George R.R. Martin. This CGI looks really good. Chewie's like, I'm still baked as fuck, but trust me, I got your back, bro. Just let me
that
creepily.
Part, when he steps on his
that
tail,
was terrible.
Is the only really bad part. That's because he wasn't originally
stepping over.
He didn't originally step on his tail. He just walked around. I'm pretty sure if you buy the special edition Blu-ray, it's on there because I know I've seen it.
The real guy.
Yeah.
I wonder what his motivation was to make him a slug was then.
Probably he's like, I want to make her look like my ex-wife. That whore.
Greedo's brother over there. Boba Fett.
I'm going to say this is going to get a lot of flack. I think Boba Fett is the most overrated Star Wars character.
I never have understood the fascination.
I am so glad that they have shelved the anthology for him.
I don't want to see that.
I had a friend who had a username in middle school when AIM was cool, and it was Boba Fett 1350.
AIM
I
is
never
cool.
understood what his fascination with Boba Fett was.
And I don't get what the 1350 is.
You're telling me that there's 1,349
I
other
can't
Boba
vouch
Fetts
for the
out there?
reasons why he chose those numbers. He loved Boba Fett. It was his favorite. He's on there for 5 seconds.
Look, I'll give you this. You give me a jacket that has like Boba Fett's like gear on it. Yeah, it looks kind of cool. Past that, nah,
He doesn't talk in either of the movies.
no.
I'm talking about
The
original.
originals, right?
And this was before the prequels that he was
And he's
obsessed
kind of
with Boba Fett.
kind of a little bitch in the prequels.
How much did that guy get paid? I mean, why is he loyal to the Empire?
Look, he probably got busted for some prostitution, and they said, "Look, you do this for us, we're going to let you out.
Take away that.
You know, we'll give you just probation."
What terrible shots.
Of course,
He's
3PO's
forgotten how much he hated space travel. It's been like 2 days.
In his defense, it's probably been a week,
Has it? It was one night that he got
like
to
a
Obi-Wan.
business week, 5 days, short week, 4 days.
Extended term.
My subtitles when Chewie's talking say GRRRR. Oh, it's fun to reminisce about when Lightspeed on the Millennium Falcon actually fucking worked.
Yeah.
Lifting lazily to the left.
Oh wow, they're lifting lazily to the left.
Thank you, a few maneuvers.
We'll lose him. Well, he's like, well, I mean, we're not in the same place we were before. Luke is a fucking backseat driver. No one likes them, okay?
He is such a bitch in this movie.
What's that do?
What's that flashing? Why do they have to go strap themselves in? Why can't he just strap himself in the chair that he's in?
You see the difference between Luke and his dad? So Luke's like, what's that do? Can I touch this? Do you like rabbits? Anakin in Phantom Menace was like, that controls the pitch, doesn't it, in the cockpit? He like already knew what everything did.
It's working.
Look, knowledge skips a generation.
Tarkin is in this control and like, oh god, it's so nice to not have Krennic around. Remember how I killed him?
Remember how like I made him build this spaceship for me and then I killed him and took all the credit?
Last week.
He's like, you know, Krennic would have wanted me in charge, though. They're like, I actually think he would have wanted anything but that. He hated you a lot. Well, you guys didn't get him the way I did. This was a big, like, team-building moment for the Death Star. They were like, hey, guys, we're going to celebrate at the company softball game on Wednesday. We're going to let you guys get out of work a little bit early because the Death Star is now fully operational.
We just have to blow up Alderaan real quick and then let's go home.
Also, we've had an issue in the fridge of some people taking other people's lunches. We don't want to have to start labeling things, but if we need to, we will.
Look, we're all adults here, okay?
Except for Desmond, who's our summer intern from Colgate University.
Which we love Desmond. I just don't think that he's the one stealing the leftover half-eaten burger.
No. Well, he claims to be vegan anyway.
We both know that that is not true.
So
He has
Alderaan,
way too much going on.
Alderaan is supposed to be like Earth, right? So we're supposed to be like, oh shit.
It looks just like us. I think they should have connected the prequels to the sequels instead of name. That should have been Naboo, or they should have named Naboo Alderaan in the.
Yeah, I want to see Naboo again. That'd be
How much
so.
more connected would we feel?
Why don't they have railings there?
They said they'd be leaning on them too much.
What?
I really hope we get to see Naboo again. I think it might be my favorite planet in Star Wars.
But really, though, why not have Alderaan be Naboo or vice versa? I feel like that would have made a very good connection. That's what a lot of people complain about the prequels versus sequels. There's
The only time we see Alderaan is like
because people when you got to see Phantom Menace for the first time, they go to Naboo and you're like, oh shit, or they go to Alderaan, and you're excited about it. You're like, oh, I get to see this peaceful planet that Leia was.
yeah, because Leia claims they have no weapons. It'd be funny if you got there and like the first thing you saw was some dude with a sword walking around. You're like, what?
Wait a second.
Well, like all the normal
That's just
people.
TSA. Those are just TSA agents. It's fine.
How much did you guys like how in The Force Awakens it was this game being resumed?
I love that.
I loved it. They did a lot of really cool callbacks in The Force Awakens, I thought, that weren't like in your face. They were just very subtle. Same with Rogue One. Rogue One had a few as well that were very subtle, which was nice. Let the Wookiee win. I hope this hurts you, Luke.
Yeah, I wonder what this feels like.
He gets shocked a little bit, I think. Doesn't he make a reaction?
Yeah, I mean, he reacts, but, like...
He's also a huge
if you
bitch.
just, like... Yeah, if you just pretend to hit him, he's gonna flinch. Shot him right in the ass.
Oh, your religion's an ancient weapons. You don't believe in the Force.
Oh, and also,
I'm sorry,
like...
the Family Guy got it exactly right with
Yeah,
their
they
comment.
really did. Also, it's funny because he's like, you don't believe in the Force, do you? He's like, I almost explicitly just said I don't. Why are you even asking me that? They'd be like, I don't
Which
like...
is really funny because he totally... In Force Awakens, he goes back on that and he goes, it's a real fucking thing, guys.
Which I thought was cool because he's like, now that he's seen it.
Yeah. You don't, like, look, he's too old to start learning the Force.
Question here. The blast shield. What is the practical application of that?
Welding?
You can't see, though.
You'd be looking at what you're doing. With all the technology they have, they can't.
Yeah, Banner, if you want someone walking around with a welding gun unable to see, then I guess we just have different ideas of a safe society.
Look, I'm just saying, if you're gonna weld, they got those fucking helmets. It's kind of like a welding helmet.
You know, I did feel something. That's called puberty, Luke. Your body's changing. They're actually really lucky if they would have...
Yeah, that's good. Oh my god, you fucking suck.
He's like, fuck, this is gonna suck if I have to... He's like, you know what? I might just let Darth Vader kill me later, because I don't want to train you anymore.
I don't want to be around you, let's be honest.
What if Darth Vader's like, you've been taking a lot of sick days lately, more than you've accrued. It's like, oh, I was just thinking maybe, you know, we could bank them and I'd make up for.
No, we're allowed to go negative like 3 days, I thought.
Tarkin's like, that is in rare exceptions, and it must be company approved. The Emperor is coming here to discuss this. What? Chewie's like, you know what? This might actually not be Alderaan because I was pretty fucking baked when I put the navigation coordinates in.
Yeah. He's like, I was pretty fucked up. So
I actually
like,
just started hitting the buttons that I liked the sound they made. So the numbers you gave
this
me.
one might be on me, guys. Like, now that I've got some rest, like, my bad.
It's a short range fighter. It's like, well, maybe it's just like a really rebellious guy who's like, I don't even fucking care, man. I'm just gonna go.
Why would you chase it though? Like, why not just be like, oh, it's cool.
It's actually Finn.
I'm
He's
gonna go
still
the other way. It's Finn. He's like 6 and he stole a TIE fighter. It's like, my bad.
He's like that Asian
My bad,
kid.
Brianna
He's
Park.
being trained probably right now.
He's like that Asian kid in Indiana Jones who can drive the taxi. He's like, Dr. Jones.
Yeah, he's short round.
Yeah.
That's no move.
Pretty sure that's
It's like when you go to like driving school and you have the teacher that has the brake on your side and you're like 3 miles over the speed limit and they slam on the brakes and everybody hits their head on the steering wheel.
Everybody
You're
else.
like, you were going too fast.
It's no moon, that's a space station. That's the exact opposite of what a woman says when she sees my penis. No,
I
she
don't
says...
think your penis shape is healthy.
You know what she
I think
says?
you should go to
See a doctor.
She says another line. She goes, that's a short range fighter. That's what she says. Just like the TIE fighter they just ran into. Do you think that you can like let's say you're like Avis Rent-A-Car. Is the Death Star something you can like rent out for a company outing? They probably let you get like.
There's got to be some aired party rooms.
Yeah, they definitely have some convention.
Do you think they have like rec centers in there,
Yeah.
basketball courts?
I would love to
racing
see
arena.
the commercial to like move into the Death Star, like everything, all the amenities.
Yeah, it's like there's 3 heated pools.
But they're not strategically placed like around the Death Star. They're all at the same location.
Yeah,
It's like that doesn't help me.
you can have a vegetable garden.
It's like I can do that anywhere.
We have fully furnished apartments.
I love how every time Vader shows up, they all look like so much more professional.
Every time I'm in my office and someone walks by, I'll all of a sudden get off Reddit and I just start typing random nonsense. Like, oh, hello, how's it going?
Like that guy behind Vader right now thinks
Over
he
here.
is taking this so fucking serious.
So how can he not feel Obi-Wan already?
He can. I just don't even
Like, he can feel him later.
like he hasn't.
Obi-Wan's
felt,
hiding. They're hiding in the force-proof area.
They have a
Snuggling
force.
hold is
They have a
proof.
force
Yeah, you didn't
condom
know that.
on it. It's like protection. This was a great
But
strategy.
again, according to Vader, the Force is way more powerful than the Death Star. Can't feel Obi-Wan right next to him.
Never thought I'd be smuggling myself.
Are those really good hiding compartments? I mean, if I was searching that ship, I would, look for things like that. I always wondered about that. Seems pretty obvious to me.
Well, like there's
There's no other covers on anything else.
Why not just straight up go in with this thing? Like, why have 2 dudes waste their time walking around? They're not going to find anything. Another thing I've always thought was kind of interesting. So when Luke and Han steal the stormtrooper outfits, and then they end up taking them off later, Luke like grabs that, or he makes like that grappling hook rope. He like takes out of their like belts. What other
He still
cool?
wears their utility belt.
Yeah, like what other cool gadgets do these guys have that they just never use?
Well, I think one of them is used to hold Tic Tacs.
Right. There's probably another one for condoms.
Probably.
TK421 was on probation. That's why they keep checking with him.
Yeah.
He's been taking long lunches, Too long of smoke breaks.
He's like, look, I'm sorry. It's fucked up. I'm cool, though.
That actor was really dramatic when he got shot. Do you think George was like, I just need a little more from you?
He didn't direct these.
Not even the first one?
Mm-mm. He just wrote them.
Isn't that why these are the best?
Yeah. He didn't. He just like they're his stories, and somebody else wrote them and somebody else directed them.
Someone else wrote the screenplay for this?
Like they wrote them with him. That's why the dialogue doesn't suck.
Well, also this was like 40 years before the other ones. I thought he just got washed up a little bit.
I'm pretty sure. Check me on that, please.
It looks like he did direct this one.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
I was pretty sure he directed this one.
Well,
I don't think he did the others though.
Because Brian, he did this one. The only reason he got this one greenlit was because he did American Graffiti with Harrison Ford.
I knew he did American Graffiti, but did he write the screenplay for it?
He did not direct Empire.
Did he write the screenplay for this?
I'm looking it up right now.
Well, you're not looking it up fast enough for me. Also, how uncomfortable is that irrigation tube have to be around Luke's neck right there? The Stormtrooper outfit?
Chewie is so proud right now. Probably because he's like, I'm not stoned anymore. I think I might actually be able to contribute, guys.
So George Lucas only directed this one of the originals, according to Google.
Did he also write the screenplay to this one?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were looking that one up. I did not.
I'm looking it up right now, actually.
That's how prepared we are.
People listen to this podcast because they want to drink with their friends. Yeah, he wrote it too.
Well, fuck me in the ass.
Well, this is his achievement of his lifetime then, really.
Again, I don't think he did. I think what you're thinking about, I don't think he did it for Empire or Return, or one of them too, because he didn't do screenplay and directing.
Did he do just the screenplays?
I can't remember. I know for this one, yeah, obviously this was the intro, so he did it all, but...
Also, I think the real problem with the prequels is, like, technology came so far that he just used it as a crutch. Like, he didn't do any of the stuff he had to do in this one to make it hold up. It's funny how all this started because I did my George Lucas impression at some actor really dramatically diving on the ground after getting shot with a laser.
Look, we're just giving the people what they want. Facts.
Facts, knowledge, and discussion about C-3PO's reappearing and disappearing third nipple, which may or may not be cancerous.
It's back. It doesn't smell anymore, though.
I'll tell you this, Banner. It's not a problem if you never have the doctor look at it.
So he did not... It was storied by... Empire was storied by Lucas. Screenplay, and it was not directed by George Lucas either.
Who did the screenplay?
Screenplay was Lee Brackett and Lawrence Kasdan.
Kasdan? Yeah, Kasdan wrote a bunch of them. He wrote the new Han Solo movie coming out.
And then Irving Kershner.
I think we've all agreed Lucas is really, really good at storyboarding.
100%.
Like,
he storyboarded all the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I almost wish he would do that. Like, he's the guy who's like, yo, here's my story. Now someone who's fucking smart, write it.
You write it.
He's an idea man.
He thrives on enthusiasm. Don't take the wind out of his sails. Look at this African-American droid. There's got to be a Cinnabon somewhere in the Death Star.
I prefer Auntie Anne's.
I would love to see their food court.
I bet it's pretty good. There's what's like a China Wok, or there's something Wok.
Yeah. There's got to be a Chick-fil-A.
You know, there's a pizza place.
A Sbarro, yeah, 100%.
Panda Express.
Do they have maybe one of those A&W / Long John Silvers? It's like both.
You think when you go to the food court, they have like stormtroopers holding out trays of free samples?
Yeah, trying to get you to go to their place.
Now, are they independently owned and operated, or does the Empire get a cut of this? Are they franchises?
They're definitely franchised.
They gotta be franchised. They've got a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell together.
In KFC.
And a KFC.
I love how they didn't take the entire elevator ride up, coming up with like.
Do you have a big enough fucking gun, Han?
This is one of my favorite scenes in movie history. Probably like a top 20 scene in movie ever. This guy only has 4 blues, so he's like, yo, I'm willing to fucking make an example out of somebody.
He's like, I wasn't notified. I'm like, why would you be? You're a nobody.
You only have 4 blues. You know how demoralizing that would be for him? He's like, my wife tells me the same thing every night. I've been having problems in the bedroom, actually, because of it.
It's just so stressful trying to get that 5th blue.
I know they're shooting all these cameras, but I think one of them just shot the fire alarm. Like the red thing on the wall.
Look, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like it's like they know the jig is up. Like they know something's happening, right?
Plus, if you shoot,
who's the security guy? Like, all the cameras are gone. Well, it must be nothing. We're not getting this.
No, it can't be anything bad. The Family Guy scene in this, where he like has a radio show, is one of the funniest parts in the whole movie. Well, maybe you should see each other a little more often, and if it doesn't help the relationship, maybe it's time to move on. This is Han Solo. Chewie is like tripping balls again. He's like, look at my hands.
Weird. They're so weird.
Do you think all those...
Chewie's like, yeah, that exit I took when we landed, yeah, it's starting to kick in now.
He's like rubbing people's head. You know those like compartments on his belt that you think are ammo? What if they're just all Altoids?
Like he decided to get baked. He did not like before they ran into the Death Star. He's like, I'm gonna have a nice chill evening. Oh fuck, we just got captured. This is gonna be a horrible night.
No, he probably took edibles on Tatooine that last for like 5 or 6 hours. That's why he's like tripping balls, and those guys are like, yo, we need to leave in like the next 30 minutes. He's like, what?
Does he even think any of it's real? Maybe he's having a really bad trip.
Yeah, I was gonna say, he thinks he's having a bad trip.
I bet the next day he's like, dude, Han, I had the weirdest dream yesterday.
Again, why does he say surely he must be dead by now? It's been 18 years since Richard Revenge. He looked pretty healthy the last time we saw him.
And also, the last time they saw him, they know he kicked Darth Vader's ass. It's not like he was the one left for dead.
Surely he must
honestly, out of the two, I would think Darth Vader would be the one that's dead.
No, you know why? Darth Vader totally lied to everyone. Oh, dude, I fucking wrecked Obi-Wan. Left in the volcano. He's fucking worse than...
They're like,
you should see the other guy, right?
Yeah. They're like, then how come you're half robot? No, I liked all this. I wanted it.
It's like, this is like plastic surgery. All right, look, it's a drug. I'm addicted. It's disgusting.
This is an
Why
awful...
did they have to blow the door open? Why didn't they just open it?
Well, it's an awful plan.
Love the idea, like when Darth and Obi-Wan face off here in a little bit, first thing Vader's is like, wow, you have not aged well at all.
He's like, wow, Darth,
also,
that really
hurts. We all agree that's the worst. That is the worst lightsaber battle in the entire franchise.
He's like, you have not aged well, Obi-Wan. He's like, well, the planet I'm on is like a lot of sun. You know that's not good for the skin, first off.
I never use suntan lotion, alright? I never use sunblock. Don't believe it.
It's against the Jedi religion.
I would rather tan.
Yeah.
Know?
He's like, it's against the Jedi religion. Darth's like, oh, God, don't start with that again, please.
Why do you think I left, bro?
Yeah. This is the sunscreen policy. It was completely ridiculous.
That and the no. I can go with the no sex, but you can't even masturbate? Come on.
I thought you were going to go with the no meat on Fridays. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, Vader's like,
fish on Friday.
Vader's like, when I left the Jedi Order and discovered porn, I didn't leave my room for a month. How badass is Carrie Fisher? Rest in peace.
Well, Luke's a huge bitch, and she's like, "Fuck you! Don't even come with me."
We all know who got Anakin's badass genes, and we know who got his bitchy genes.
Seriously, I bet Luke likes to walk around in like the makeup that Queen Amidala used to wear, just kind of pretending in his room.
He's like, I'm just channeling my inner mom.
And I love how in the very beginning of the movie, the stormtroopers showed no problem with storming an area and just coming straight at it. But this time they're like, we're not going to creep up on these guys. We're going to stay far away from these guys.
What do you think the most random
the
thing they...
stormtroopers come down there?
Wouldn't it hurt? Like, isn't that all metal?
Yeah. I never understood, even as a kid, why weren't the stormtroopers outside of that door? Just in case.
Look, the stormtroopers, the Death Stars knew. They got lost going there.
Also, like,
another group of stormtroopers close to the area.
Whatever this metal is that like deflects a blaster, why don't you just make your armor out of it?
It's expensive.
Again, Empire economy. Love to see that movie.
But we're spending our money on the garbage disposals. Like, seems like an odd place to funnel our capital.
What are people throwing away? Like, there are poles that are like 20 feet long.
And I'll tell you this.
How are you throwing that down to shoot?
Guys, for a large corporation that should be going green, I see a lot of shit in here that should be recycled, not thrown away.
Do you need to go green when you're in space all the time? I mean, you would have...
I don't know. Cycling, I just feel like it would set a good example for the rest of the galaxy if the Emperor was trying to be a little bit conscious about the environment, you know? This octopus
How did that thing get in there when they were building the Death Star? Like, hey, you know what'd be hilarious, bro? Yeah. I'm gonna put this living squid snake thing.
No, don't, Chris. Come on, that's not funny.
Just in case someone's firing at us and escape down there, he'll be our backup.
I love how in the Family Guy version, this is Meg. Chewie's like still banging on the wall. They're like, dude, you're actually one person in here who might be strong enough to rip this thing off my neck.
Yeah, but he's also fucked up, remember? Chewie's he's been stoned this entire movie.
But he's like, when he goes, guys, the walls are closing in.
Yeah, guys, the walls
are
closing in.
No, but they literally are closing in.
It'd be funny if during this, Han is like wading water in the corner. He's like, hey guys, like, what are you doing over there? I'm not peeing. But don't come over here for a little bit.
Don't worry why it's so warm over here.
Okay, but now that you said you're not peeing, I feel like you definitely are peeing. No, I said I'm not.
Like, been thrown away at the Death Star. Like, what are these poles?
It's leftover construction stuff, guys.
Just leave them in space.
How do you drop stuff in here? Like, where's the chute at?
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. And what is that, the limbo stick they used at the party of the opening of the Death Star?
Yeah, that was a rager.
Yeah.
Remember how drunk Finance got? Jesus. .3PO's playing Candy Crush on his phone. I'll answer that text in a little bit.
He's for it too.
R2's like, yeah, I'm like on to level 8 of doo-doo jump right now, so...
R2's the one who like shares it on his Facebook as if anyone gives a shit.
Yeah. You know he's just doing it for the free points.
He's the guy who keeps sending his friends those stupid invitation things.
What was that fucking farm one that...
Farmville?
Farmville, yeah. God. That's exactly what C-3PO would play.
I've never wanted fake crops to die more in my life than when I used to get those invitations.
What do they plan on doing? Like, oh, hey, if this is moving all this fucking trash, yeah, I could probably just, like, stand here and hold it.
Yeah, let me push against this wall. That will stop it. Really strong. Chewbacca's just in a corner shaking.
There's R2 sticking his dick in wall sockets again.
R2's
He's not
like,
even actually trying to save them. He's just fucking that wall.
Yeah,
Like,
I wish-
"Oh," just-
he's like, R2, this is no time to think about sex.
Oh yeah, turn it right. Oh yeah.
He makes that woo noise.
Oh.
Give me some more clockwise. Give me more clockwise.
God, you dirty girl.
He's got to keep it at a pace though. He's
Chewie
gonna
is like
start-
pressing his gun into one side of it. Like, what is he's literally doing nothing. I understand like nothing will probably work, but you gotta do better than that.
Luke is the only one that's dumb and didn't climb on top of the trash. So like he's getting crushed right now. Everybody else is like, I mean, yeah, this is uncomfortable, but
It's been a rough 5 minutes for Luke. We can all say that. This scene has always cracked me up.
This is hilarious. Yeah. They're dying.
See, this is the humor that Lucas used to write, and you were like, hell yeah. Then you go to Revenge of the Sith when, like, or even Attack of the Clones when R2 is, like, jetpacking, setting people on fire, and you're just, come on, George.
what if R2 in like let's say Last Jedi has his little jetpacks and flies? Would you be mad?
Yeah. Okay, maybe mad isn't the right word. Depends how it's done.
Disappointed?
No, I think it just depends how it's done. Do you think anyone in the room stood up to George Lucas, though, when he pitched that in Attack of the Clones? And they were like, but George, R2 never does any of that in the original 3. It's
He's
fine.
literally the most powerful thing ever. He's like the Superman of droids.
Yeah, it's
he can do
absurd.
everything.
I do like the language. Like, I don't know what it is, but it looks cool. Chewie's like, look, he's getting that second win now.
No, he just ran
Yeah.
off. He's like,
Yeah. He's like,
no,
fuck
fuck
this shit, guys.
You know what? This
Fuck
is something I've
this
never
shit.
thought of. He is seriously high.
He's
The
fucked
fucking
up.
kite throughout this whole movie.
I wish just randomly he would
Like, why
say
is
he would say like crazy things to them. Like, have you guys ever thought that like maybe we actually talk in colors? I'm like, what?
What
No.
if we're all a dream of some little girl?
Okay, Chewie, we need maybe, but let's not talk about that now. Just think about it, man. All right, I will do that. Thanks.
How did Obi-Wan find this shit? It is
And
a
how does he know how to
planet-sized
work?
station.
And how does he know how to work it?
I'm just gonna keep pushing buttons.
Yeah, he's been drinking bong water for the last 15 years.
He probably went up to like the customer service desk. Excuse me, where would I go to turn off the tractor beam?
I'm lost.
They must have awful peripheral vision in those helmets because he just walked right in front of that dude. What are these guys doing? They're literally just hanging out? Is this a smoke
You would
break?
think there'd be higher alert.
Look, it's
Like,
this
they
is a
killed
government
a
job.
bunch of stormtroopers. You don't think they'd be on high alert right now?
It's a government job. You know, one guy works while everybody else watches.
Yeah, that's the disgusting part.
Like, there's bravery and there's stupidity, and that's just stupid.
That dude just got fucked up, though. He took one, like, right in the heart.
He was probably like giving like a birthday speech too.
He's
We
like,
want to thank Jan. It's her 10th year today.
10th year.
Everyone give her a round.
even though you don't look a year over 27, you claim you're 40. I don't believe it. Show me a birth certificate. God, we're so glad to have you, Janet.
Look how bad they missed. He literally shoots and hits the side wall.
That wall came
They're
out of
10
nowhere,
feet
dude.
away.
What a rookie mistake, Luke. The controls, so you can't get the bridge across. See, that's
But don't worry, I carry my floss with me.
Because gingivitis is no joke, Leia.
I love it in Austin Powers. I get it. I have bad teeth. No, use the floss to get across.
Wow, that dude really
Bad when
died.
even Luke is a better shot than you.
Some people die, but that dude really died.
Let's be honest, Luke and Leia aren't the best shots either.
And why don't you just shoot their ankles here, guys?
Ooh, that is a good idea. That would hurt so bad.
Yeah, get your Achilles. Like, the guy's
Yeah,
right there.
there's a guy
Just
right
shoot
there.
their heel. Now it's
Yeah.
hard.
Look, in their defense, like they can't be looking up in those helmets. They were looking straight at the ground.
I'm actually surprised they even thought to like climb underneath it. That's normally even too intensive for Stormtrooper to come up with.
Look, every once in a while they have a good idea.
God, R2-D2
Leap,
still
Luke.
fucking the wall.
God.
He's like, I'm almost done.
It's like, look, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Look, I had 3 shots. Okay, just hold on.
I always thought it was weird how like the way these doors are set up. They open diagonally.
Yeah, but it's awesome all at the same time. He's just hanging out waiting for him.
If they were here in like a few seconds when all the Stormtroopers like, oh shit, a fight, yeah! It's like middle school lunch.
God, I've been waiting for this.
Wanted to see a fight for so long.
Yeah, this is maybe the worst lightsaber fight in all the movies.
I love this. When I left you, it's like, bro, I left you at the volcano.
He's like, I dumped you. Well, it was kind of mutual.
Mutual. There was a good spin by Obi-Wan. Really, a lot of the Darth Vader lightsaber scenes aren't that good. Basically because he has no mobility.
Yeah, he's half machine. He's more machine now than man. Look how skinny that lightsaber is. I guess that's what happens with old age, though.
He should not have come back. I've never been here.
I remember
Not
the
on
first
Bruce.
time I saw this, though, I was like, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's one thing the prequels gave us, was awesome lightsaber scenes.
That Duel of the Fates one with Darth Maul is maybe the coolest in all the movies.
Coolest one. Yeah, that's what it has. It has the score going for it.
Oh my god.
That is the best
And it really
score.
pisses me off that they barely use it in the other two movies. They use it, but so subtly.
Shum-dum-dum-dum. These guys like, go boss, you can get him.
I won't shoot the guy you're fighting, though, because you seem like you know what you're doing.
You
Like,
got
that'd
it.
be cheating.
You got it, right?
You're gonna earn. You gotta earn it.
I wish you saw like the Stormtroopers taking money.
What if they start like cracking? They start like cracking
Like,
beers
oh, bro,
open.
This is gonna last 3 more minutes. Over. I'm
If
taking the over.
If right here Luke runs up and starts watching with the Stormtroopers, like, what is going on, guys? Like,
He's like, look, honestly, Obi-Wan's old as balls. My money's on Vader.
Wow,
he threw
Obi-Wan.
the game. Like, put money on
He
it.
did.
Shane Battier's like, that's how you take a charge.
Now Vader thinks he's sure. He's like, what the fuck did he go?
Vader's like, look,
Is there a trap door under here?
It's
he's like,
weird
look,
though.
I took that edible like 12 hours ago. It should totally
See
be
that
more
thing
off
Luke
my-
just shot? They shot that in the detention center like it was a security camera.
Yeah,
Also,
I saw that too.
it's weird that Obi-Wan disappears and then Qui-Gon's body stays so long they have to fucking burn it in front of the whole village.
It'd be awesome to be like a space cowboy like Han is. He just lives by his own rules.
No wife to come home to.
Here's the thing, too. Why is Luke so upset about Obi-Wan? Like, he only knew him for 4 days.
That's a dead giveaway that he has no friends. But Leia doesn't want to be like, didn't you just meet him, like, yesterday? Well, no.
No.
Okay,
like,
don't get upset. I was just asking. This would be so fun.
Yeah. He gets so excited when he blows that first one up.
And Han's, like, happy for him, but also, like, dude, stay humble.
Act like you've been there before, bro.
Yeah, even though you haven't, act like it.
Act like you've been there before.
Han gets these badass gloves. Luke should put, like, that LeBron chalk on his hands.
Yeah, of course.
It would be really hard to shoot a TIE fighter with these things, though. I'd get so fucking frustrated.
Oh, yeah. And the noise the TIE fighters make is so intimidating.
They're just hard to hit,
It sounds like a velociraptor that smokes 3 packs a day.
Yeah. They're they're hard to hit. They're like the size of my dick, the TIE fighters, because there's like no surface area to shoot at, you know? Now, why is 3PO walking around anyway? We're manning our battle stations, dude. Just park it.
There's a skill R2-D2 has.
What can't he do? Cycly, did you go back and see all these in theaters when they re-released them?
Oh yeah.
See, that was
You
cool.
have to.
That was cool because, like, we obviously had never seen any Star Wars movie in theaters at the time, you know?
I kind of hope that they do that again, like, maybe right before or right after Episode 9 comes out.
That
like,
would be
I think
cool.
it would be really cool to go back and watch them. And even the prequels, like, okay, they suck and we shit on them.
Yeah, but I still love them.
I still love them. I still watch them a couple times, 3, 4, 5 times a year. And I would love to see them on the big screen again.
Have you guys, I should say, and maybe this is a discussion when we finish when we finish Return. Have you guys ever talked about Machete Order?
You actually introduced me to this, and I don't hate it.
Yeah. You talked to me about it too, and I really enjoy it. Go ahead and tell the fans what Machete Order is.
If you don't know, and this may be a discussion, like I said, for when we finish the discussion, but Machete Order is a very interesting take on the prequels and the originals. And instead of watching it 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you watch 4, 5, and then 2 and 3, and you finish off with 6. So you completely skip Phantom Menace. And the point is, it parallels Luke's story, which is 4 and 5, and Anakin's story, which is 2 and 3. Same type of basis, and then they meet in 6. And you don't have to deal with all that bullshit in Phantom Menace. And there's a big breakdown on it if you look it up online. How Phantom Menace, you literally don't miss anything from not watching the movie.
It's superfluous. Because Anakin as a kid, really the only thing that the movie... I mean, obviously, like, they found him, but him meeting Padme, like, the whole relationship they have is all done through exposition in the rest of the movies anyway, because George Lucas couldn't write. So it's not like they have this really strong connection that you need to see.
They never bring back up Darth Maul. They never bring up back anything.
Jar Jar's in it for about 15 seconds.
And who cares about that?
And who cares about that? He's just another fucking...
You never meet Obi-Wan. Qui-Gon. And that's the big miss, I guess. But it's a very interesting take, because then you watch it as a parallel between Luke and Anakin.
But if you don't meet Qui-Gon, the only thing you have to change is, like, 2 words at the end of Return, where he says, there's more training, I can talk to Qui-Gon, or whatever the fuck he says.
Yeah.
I guess
that's the only thing. You don't need to see all of Phantom Menace to know that.
One of the kind of cool things, and it's not necessary because most of it happens in Attack of the Clones anyway, but it's kind of cool to see Palpatine like slowly start to weasel his way into the Senate in the first one.
Yeah. I mean, it's there, and it definitely adds to it. But
But like the point is, you don't
need it.
We love this guy. Pachoo, pachoo.
Talk about that on everyone. Like, what is his purpose? But yeah, folks, go check out Machete Order. I think I heard about it from Patton Oswalt. He's a big Star Wars guy, and he talked about it, and I looked it up. And just go give it a watch, that order. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, story-wise, there's really not a lot you need in Phantom Menace. There is some fun stuff like the lightsaber fight, and I actually really like the pod race, too.
Oh, I absolutely love watching Phantom Menace. It's just, in terms of the story arc.
Definitely.
But I will be one of those people who still defend Phantom Menace. I think Attack of the Clones is the worst one.
See, I think Attack of the Clones of the prequels is the best one.
See,
Really?
I think Phantom Menace is the best one.
I love Phantom. I mean, I don't love Phantom.
We can all agree, though, that Return isn't that good, right?
There's just high expectations.
Revenge, you mean?
Revenge, yes, I'm sorry. I've been drinking heavily.
Tarkin is like, I forgot to take my pill, I think, today. That was the look on his face.
Also, how does this guy get up there? That was a pole. There was no ladder.
I think he was born up there and has lived his entire life in that 2-foot surface area. How'd they get these plans, guys?
Okay, so he just said it carries a firepower greater than half the Starfleet. So why don't you get the full Starfleet and then you can destroy a planet, you know?
Nah.
I'm this Death Star, I don't know. I saw how it's cracked up to be.
Is there a line here where they talk about how many people died to get these plans?
I think that was in the beginning.
Yeah, I think it's in the crawl.
But Leia says it to someone. I think, didn't she? Oh, she says it here. Now we'll find out. Whether those lives.
Yeah, when she gives her speech, she's like, "Yo, we lost dumb heads to get this." 2 meters wide, banner, isn't that about the size of a womp rat?
Yeah, we used to shoot that with our T-16s back home.
God, my parents wouldn't let me have a T-16. Fucking pissed me off.
It's alright, I had 2.
This kid next to Luke is the guy at every company meeting who's like, I don't know about this new commission structure, man. It's like they haven't even explained it yet.
So they still believe in the Force.
But none of them are Jedi.
But none of them are Jedi. So, like,
none of them
the Jedi are dead, but yet people still believe in the Force? I guess it's Force-sensitive people?
I almost think the Rebellion believe in it just to, like, piss off the Empire.
But the Empire believes in the Force.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't make sense to me. The Emperor is very pro-Force. More pro-Force than the Jedi were, in my opinion. They use more of it.
Han's rich as fuck. He's like, God, I am going to go to Coruscant and buy so many prostitutes.
Chewie's like, look, I know I only get a cut of this, but I'm already fucked up, so it's not going to take much more.
Chewie's like, do you want to smoke before we go? He's like, when have you not been high? Oh, man, I don't even know.
He's like, look, it's been like at least 15 years. Like, look, I met Yoda on Kashyyyk this one time, and like ever since then, I've been hooked.
I'm glad that you pointed it out when they were in the cantina, because when you go back and look at it, Chewie is, like, tripping balls.
Oh, yeah. He's stoned out of his mind. He doesn't even know that they're on Tatooine.
Yeah, he's like...
They're like, we need transport to Alderaan. And Chewie's like, I thought we were on Alderaan.
He's like, I'm not even sure any of...
Alderaan.
Chewie's like, I would invite you in my ship, but I'm not sure any of you are real. So I don't really feel comfortable doing it. X-Wings are badass. I mean, it's pretty implicit, but they're just...
I do like, too, in the prequels, how they had the evolution to where you can buy why we're now at the X-Wing.
Yeah.
I also think it's kind of cool how R2 was Anakin's droid, and now it turns into Luke's. I think that's kind of cool. It's cute.
R2 has saved their lives more times than probably anyone in the whole series of movies.
I'd agree with that.
Jar Jar did a lot of the behind-the-scenes work you didn't get to see.
Right. Every successful operation has a Jar Jar that just goes unnoticed.
Well, let's be honest with ourselves. if Jar Jar hadn't taken them down to the Gungans, what would have
I
happened?
mean, have you guys talked about the Jar Jar as a Sith theory?
I think we've talked about it. I mean, it's kind of a bunch of cock and balls, but
Wow, hating on Jar Jar.
I don't buy into that one. That's just me, though.
It would make his character actually have a point.
I agree. I just don't buy it.
No, they're not going to actually.
I like him being a babbling buffoon.
The people that think though that Lucas thought of that beforehand, like, just really give him too much credit.
Yeah, like, he clearly did not put a lot of thought into the prequels. If he was going with that, he would have done a lot better.
Some of that jet fuel.
If I still rode my bike, I would definitely wear like an X-wing helmet.
Yeah. The lids to their cockpits close so fucking slow.
Yeah, hopefully you're not trying to like run away from someone.
Like, I thought we were trying to save the planet. Like, can we have a little sense of urgency here?
Now he's tripping balls.
Luke's like, what the fuck?
This whole movie's everyone tripping balls.
How does he get up there?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
It's a pole. There's
It's like a giant ass fucking ladder that.
I'm telling you, he was born up there. He's never left. This CGI looks
Where's
awesome.
his mom and dad then? Is he like an egg that just like a bird just landed there?
She gave birth up there. They didn't fuck up
I
there.
always like the Y-wings too.
Yeah,
the
they're really
Y-wings
slow,
up there?
but they're really powerful. Wow, Wedge. What's up, man?
Red 5. So how does Luke become Red 5? I feel like he should be bottom of the totem pole, like Red 15 or something.
Well, actually, Red 5 dies in Rogue One.
That's true, he does. And in Empire, Luke is Rogue Leader for the Battle of Hoth.
You know, if you're the Alliance or the Rebels, I mean, do you really like what flying have we seen Luke do? You're giving an entire X-wing to him. Like, let's entrust
Like,
this
at this
new
point,
guy.
they just need bodies.
I think once he
Injuries,
said
they've
that
they've been plagued by injuries this season.
he got it because he was like, I used to shoot womp rats. They were like, oh, shit, okay.
Oh yeah, we totally
Fuck.
need you.
Well, no, what did you use to shoot him? Fucking T-16? Oh, shit. Sign this motherfucker
Here's
up.
the keys to a 49,000 credit X-Wing.
I think she's gonna make the comment about lots of life here soon.
Why are they even trying to shoot those things? Like, you're not going to blow up the whole Death Star with lasers.
You might. You don't know that. What if you hit like a battery pack or something?
But they have the plans. They know that that isn't even a thing.
Look, let's be honest. Nobody was paying attention to that briefing.
Chewie was.
Dude, I've been in way too many of those briefings where it ends. I'm like, oh shit.
You're like,
What
I
did
have no
we-
idea.
And everyone's like, all right, we're gonna start doing that now. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, you're like, I wasn't paying attention. I thought this had like 45 more minutes left to like the serious stuff.
Yeah, and then you're the only guy that ends up at work wearing casual Friday on Thursday, and everybody else is dressed
Yeah,
up.
you show up to the Death Star trench run with your Hawaiian shirt on. You're like, fuck, this seems like the opposite of casual
They
Friday.
literally said we're gonna start doing this with our contracts, and I had no idea what the fuck they were talking about. It's like, oh god, I've made a huge mistake. Use the Force.
I'm coming.
For our listeners, Brian Banner is about to be a hero.
He is?
He's about to go save his wife's life from a spider.
Oh, goodness gracious.
While Luke is being brave, Brian is being brave as well.
Yeah, he's like our Red 5. Oh yeah, boom.
Big shot.
See ya.
See, I'm proud of Vader. I like that Vader's like, you know what? I'm getting into battle. I'm going to get dirty. I'm going to get my hands.
Look at some of the facial hair on these guys. The board game of Guess Who come to life. I love the laser noises. Like, that shit just gets me jacked up.
I let the listeners know that you are saving.
Yeah, I was
young
just
princess.
saving my princess.
So, Red 5 is brave, and you were brave.
You just went on your own Death Star trench run.
Yep.
Did you lose?
Nope, I used the Force, and that spider's dead as Obi-Wan.
Spoilers, dude.
Seriously? Even though he's already died in the movie.
Yeah, you don't know when someone's tuning in.
Yeah. Now, why are they just now starting the attack run? What was all that dicking around before?
They're just
Scoping out the place, man.
It's called strategy.
Some people might think about renting apartments on there. They want to fly around.
Vader was like screwing something closed. I'm pretty sure it was a flask.
Do you think with how big the Death Star is, there's like good neighborhoods and bad neighborhoods when you're looking for apartments?
There's gotta be, right?
Ooh, you don't want to live over there.
There's gotta be.
Ooh, on the south quadrant?
Like downtown area.
Yeah,
And
rent is cheap, but there's a reason.
people always lie. Like, is the south quadrant of the Death Star bad? It depends what part.
The South will rise again, bro. They have Confederate flags on the south side of the Death Star.
Yeah, war's over, dude.
Watch your enemy fighters. Oh, okay, because I wasn't going to.
No, I didn't realize that's what we're doing.
Great
I thought
advice.
this was
Oh, you
a
want me to
I thought this was a diplomatic mission.
Thanks, bro. Thank you. I had no idea.
Darth Vader is a fucking good pilot. Let's
Yeah.
be honest with ourselves.
Only human who could do a pod race, man.
This dude thinks he's like Deion Sanders with his fucking helmet unstrapped.
You know, if I was Vader, I would go back and pod race just for fun on the weekends.
You can make some
He's
good...
the only who could do it.
He's like, look, this is my time, all right?
He gets 4 weeks paid vacation. It's pretty decent.
That's right here, Tarkin. What a fucking cocky bastard. I mean, I guess you don't get 6 blues, 3 reds, and 3 oranges by not being a cocky
Yeah, Tarkin's like, do you know what these are? These are oranges. You probably never fucking seen them.
I thought we
juicy
agreed
and
they were
delicious.
Jolly Ranchers.
They are
They are.
That anyone can attach their shirts at any time. He just has the most.
I don't get the wait. Like, why do we have to wait to do the attack run? Let's just do it.
Because you got to get into the trench.
I know, but like, why aren't we just
Which is
getting it?
like the longest fucking trench in the world.
I've seen longer.
Where?
I don't want to get into it, man. That's personal.
I understand.
Oh, yeah.
How
Luke-
awkward would this movie be if this guy gets it? You're like, wait,
You're like, oh.
am I pumped for him?
Then Luke would have to pretend to be happy. Like, no, that's great, Greg. We're really proud of you, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, man, that's cool.
You did awesome, dude. I mean, you had some pretty good cover by me, but yeah, it was you too.
How are you holding him? Like, literally, you're just flying behind him.
Oh, what a terrible shot.
That was acting right there. Those stormtroopers.
Acting.
Negative, it didn't go in. Story of my life.
Why not have multiple runs going? You know, come on, guys.
I told you they're injury plagued. They don't have that kind of manpower.
This guy almost looked excited about dying.
Yeah.
Kamikaze, dude.
Luke is like, oh fuck, what did I get myself into? So, did Leia have like daddy issues? Because she didn't seem upset at all that Bail Organa's dead.
She knew she was adopted.
Did she?
I mean, the Force. Force told her. She could feel it.
All right.
Yeah, the Force is a snitch.
But okay.
Well, Luke's like, hey, you're my sister. She's like, yeah, I know. I wish you hadn't kissed me that one time, but...
He's like, well, if you know, it's kind of weird then that you kissed me on the lips.
Do you think he even knew, like, when he wrote the first one, that was the plan?
No. I don't think he knew about Vader being his dad either.
I mean, didn't they not think there was going to be another one made after this was first released? Because he made a bet with...
after it was released, maybe, but not when he wrote it.
But when he made a bet with Spielberg that he thought... What was the other movie? He said this was not going to make a lot of money. He thought Spielberg was releasing a movie the exact same time.
Well, they did E.T. E.T. was right after that.
Maybe it was E.T. And
No, Close Encounters.
Close Encounters.
But there was a bet that like Spielberg's movie was going to be way bigger than this. Neither of them thought this was going to be what it was. So maybe he just didn't really plan ahead.
Maybe. R2 can increase the power. R2 is like, he knows everything.
Dude, if you're a droid,
Right here,
I'd be
Han.
freaking out. Like, your head just sits above that thing.
What is he, like, adjusting there?
It's radio.
Vader and Luke. They're both, like, doing little twisty knobs and shit. If you're Luke and you're hearing voices, would you trust it or just be like, I mean, look, I'm really fucked up right now, so I'm not...
He also hasn't eaten, like, a day or two, so...
Yeah, he hasn't had anything since that blue milk. So.
It's like, shit.
I mean, I know it's packed full of protein, but still.
I wish he was sarcastic. Oh, did I turn it off? I had no idea.
Nuh-uh.
Assholes. And then he hits it, it blows up the Death Star. Oh, wait, but I thought I turned off my computer.
Oh, R2.
That's what I thought. Fuck you, coach.
They're like, well, we're fucked now.
So should we not have evacuated and watched from a different location? I really regret staying on this planet at this point.
For real, why don't you just go back to Dantooine?
Were we that confident?
Why don't you just go back to Dantooine to the other fucking base?
Yeah, if you know they're coming and spaceships are just like Ubers, just fucking leave.
He's sitting in the cockpit. He's not even sitting in the gun part.
I always wondered how Vader got back after this.
Testify to called an Uber, man.
He's more of a Lyft kind of a guy.
He would be.
That is true. That is true.
No, he'd probably go off on some like, look, Uber and Lyft treat their employees like shit. I'm gonna take a yellow taxi cab.
Yeah. Some awesome fireworks.
Again, now the entire empire went into recession. Do they realize what they did to the average guy? The average worker in the empire just got fucked more than the empire. No.
It's going to re-jumpstart because they're going to build another one that creates jobs.
They just paid a ton of money. They owe the money to the banks, and they have nothing to do for it. So,
but he is the bank.
We have no evidence of that.
Now the taxpayers like, you know how much money we spent on that Death Star? They really just screwed over the whole...
He's up for re-election. Like, guys, we're going to build another one, I promise. This time it will work out.
We learned... Well, a lot of things we learned are where we can cut costs.
R2 is fucked up right now.
some plywood over one little hole, none of that would have happened.
They're like all a big family. And Chewie's like, look, guys, I'm still fucked up. You guys go ahead.
I don't know what's real and what's not.
He's like, he wakes up the next day, he's like, Han, you have no idea, but I'm pretty sure I won an award yesterday. I don't know what I did, but it was fucking awesome.
And I'm sure all these other people are like, dude, Han showed up in the last second of the game, and he's getting an award. I was there the entire time.
Han is like the Robert Ory of the rebellion, or Ray Allen. He just like fucking...
Look how many championships I've won, dude.
It's like, yeah, I don't know, man. Now Han's gonna make money off speaking engagements for the rest of his life. Yeah, I was a pretty big part in taking down the Empire.
Like, I mean, I didn't shoot Darth Vader directly, but like, I shot somebody that flew into him.
He has a policy when he's on interviews. He's like, I will not take any questions on the fact that I left early and showed up late. Don't ask me about it. I won't answer it.
Han tells the stories like, it was like a hockey assist. Like, I didn't pass the ball to the guy, but I was like definitely involved in the play.
Yeah. Have you guys watched this scene without the sound?
No.
Like with the like without the music and stuff?
Is it weird?
No, I don't think I have.
It's pretty funny. It was going around Facebook a couple weeks ago, and whenever Chewie like does his little roar, the guy literally just goes ah, and there's no music. It's completely silent. It's actually kind of creepy.
That is pretty funny. I love how these pilots still have their helmets on, like the kid who wears his Halloween costume all around.
They gotta work. They still have to go back to work. Like they do this, and they got to go back to work afterwards.
That was a quick watch, man.
Quick 2 hours.
Isn't it one of the shorter movies? I believe.
Probably.
I know Attack of the Clones, unfortunately, is the longest one.
It's not that bad.
I mean, isn't it though?
It's not that bad. All right, guys. If you're still with us again, this was Star Wars: A New Hope, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Give us a few more minutes, because as is tradition, here on the Bro Force Squad podcast, we like to take things a bit further and give you our spin-off movies. Now, I'm going to go ahead and start us off here. And we all remember the cantina at Mos Eisley's, right?
Hell yeah.
Did a little research today, and that's actually called Chalmun's Cantina.
Is that real?
Yeah, I mean, it was on Wikipedia, so it's got to be.
Oh, yeah, that's gospel then.
It was actually on Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah, I've read that.
Yeah,
God.
so it actually holds a lot more merit in my mind than Wikipedia.
Okay.
So my spin-off is actually a TV show. It's going to be called Chalmun's, and it's basically Cheers, except with the Mos Eisley's Cantina. You know, you just got a bunch of misled space pirates that come and go and tell their stories of their traveling the galaxy.
That'd be great.
Love it.
Is the Cantina band?
That's what I'm thinking.
Is the Cantina band regulars there, or do they like come and go? Like they're booked like every other week.
Everybody knows your name.
Well, they signed a contract, and you know the band had some problems, which that's a whole nother story in itself.
VH1 behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's a VH1 behind the scenes. Who wants to go next?
I go next.
Roddy, go ahead and go.
I'll just, I had a couple of thoughts. Again, I didn't know if I wanted to go serious and talk about, again, the economy, how things are based in realness. But, I was very curious watching it. And, Greedo kind of called to me. That whole cantina scene is a very famous scene.
It is.
And, I want to hear the story about his movie. How did he become, he was obviously one of Anakin's really good friends growing up. And he got in with the wrong crowd.
Anakin bailed on him.
He bailed on him.
Not a
and
bad
that's the
kid.
story I want to see. What happened to him the moment Anakin leaves? He has no more friends. He's alone. He ends up with the wrong crowd. He's working for Jabba. I want to see that story because he doesn't love it. He regrets it. And he didn't shoot first. Han shot first.
That's sack of
Greedo
shit.
is a victim here, guys. A victim.
Greedo's not a bad kid. He just got caught up with the wrong crowd.
Wrong place, wrong time.
Yep.
want to see it.
You know, when you grow up without a stable home life, shit happens.
Yep.
You know, and that's part of growing up in an empire-like society, and it sucks, but it's the reality of it.
Oh, he grew up with the Senate. Actually, let's be clear. The Empire are the good guys.
So my spin-off movie also takes place in the cantina. I think it's just ripe for storytelling possibilities, as we've discovered. And mine is about a character who we also saw in Rogue One, which is the pig-nosed gentleman. I wasn't able to actually find his name because I didn't bother to look it up on Wikipedia. But basically, this is a guy who has clearly had some issues in his life. He's very angry. He's walking around with his baboon-faced friend. Let's call them like Rick and Chris. Okay, Rick is, we'll say, is pig-faced guy. So Rick is in the cantina, and he's telling Chris, he's like, you know, finally have enough money saved up for retirement. Just got to work 2 more days in the factory, and then the wife and I are set. We're going to go to Alderaan on a great vacation. Got us an all-inclusive resort. It's going to be awesome.
Beautiful this time of year.
It's gorgeous. So he's in the cantina. He's had a few too many to drink, and all of a sudden this fucking religious psychopath, this religious fanatic walks in with a robe on, formerly known as a Jedi Knight. And he starts popping off to him. He's like, hey, man, get out of here. Quit preaching that. Dude ends up freaking out and chops his damn arm off. So now Rick is 2 days away from retirement, doesn't get his pension, his wife leaves him, starts dealing death sticks on the street. And guys, to be honest, it's a very visceral movie. I want David Fincher at the helm. It's really a character piece about, hey, how wrong things can go when religious fanatics attack you with laser swords. I think a story we all know too well. That's my spin-off movie. No working title, so I'll get back to you on that.
Who's the Jedi, does it seem? Because I feel like this is a Mace Windu.
The Jedi is Obi-Wan Kenobi in the cantina. Who chops his arm off.
I see where you went.
He's been out of the game for 18 years. He's reckless.
He shows up just slashing people's arms. I mean, look, this is a guy who's had a rough life. I mean, he has the death sentence on 12 systems.
And again, Jedda's not one of them.
Definitely not, because that's not a system anymore.
As always, thank you so much for listening. We love you all. Don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube and iTunes. Leave us a review. You guys can always find us on Facebook, Bro4 Squad, 3 words, and on Twitter at Bro4 Squad. And again, all of our content is linked out on our website at bro4squad.com. From all of us here at Bro4 Squad, may the Force be with you.